Raisins are dried grapes. Everyone knows about the benefits of raisins for the human body. It's a great antioxidant rich in vitamins and minerals. The fact that dried fruits are very good for human body was proven long ago. Raisins are just one of the favorite delicacies among dried fruits for both adults and children. And this fact has a solid reason, as raisins have a great number of beneficial properties and many other advantages. Raisins are an excellent substitute for sweets. They have a wide range of applications in cooking and folk medicine, and also have a general strengthening effect on the human body. History of raisins. Since the ancient times, grapes have been used primarily to make a popular drink, wine. The first raisins were made just by accident. Someone just forgot to remove the leftover grapes covered with a cloth and set aside for making the well-known drink. Later, by the time the grapes were found, they have already turned into the dried fruits known for their delicious sweet flavor. In the year 300 BC, raisins were made on purpose for the first time for sale by Phoenicians. In Central Europe, raisins were not widespread, despite their popularity in the Mediterranean. In that region, this delicacy only appeared in the 11th century when the knights began to bring it to Europe from the Crusades. Raisins came to America with the colonists who brought grape seeds with them. In Russia, raisins are also known for a long time, since the 12th to 13th century when the Mongols brought it from Central Asia. However, some scientists claim that this happened earlier during the times of Kievan Rus and that it came from Byzantium. The word raisin dates back to Middle English and is a loan word from Old French, while in modern French the word simply means grape. 5 useful properties of raisins. Scientists answered the question of whether raisins are good for human health a long time ago. There are many reasons why this sweet dried fruit is used in different diets and for preventing diseases. It restores vigor. Due to the high calorie content, raisins can be considered a natural energy booster. This product contains a large amount of carbohydrates and fructose, which give the energy necessary for physical activity. A handful of dried grapes is a great snack between meals. This superfood is especially good for kids, teenagers, and athletes, the individuals whose life is associated with intensive growth. The dried fruit is also good for pregnant women. It provides the mother with energy during contractions and childbirth. It improves digestion. Everyone knows about the benefits of raisins for patients with gastrointestinal disorders. The dried fruit contains coarse plant fiber that improves intestinal motility. Raisins have a mild laxative effect and improve the functioning of the digestive system by cleaning it from toxins, eliminating constipation and diarrhea, improving the food digestion, keeping the gastrointestinal tract working as it should. In addition, dried grapes are perfect for satisfying hunger. This allows you to control appetite while losing weight. It strengthens hair and skin. Talking about the benefits and possible harms of raisins for human body, many people do not even know what role the dried fruit plays in maintaining beauty. It cleanses the skin of toxic substances, stimulates the growth of hair follicles, protects the skin from ultraviolet damage, suppresses the microorganisms that cause caries, prevents dandruff and hair loss. It helps the work of cardiovascular system. A research conducted by cardiologists confirmed that dried grapes have a beneficial effect on the work of the heart and blood vessels. Raisins improve blood circulation, lower the blood pressure, prevent the development of stroke, help the formation of red blood cells, and may be used in the treatment of anemia. Raisins improve sex life. The benefits of raisins for men and women are undeniable because this dried fruit has aphrodisiac properties. The ancient Egyptians knew about this amazing feature and used it to make a honey drink to treat infertility. The dried fruit also has the qualities of a natural antidepressant and has a positive effect on libido. It stimulates arousal, reduces hormonal imbalance, helps in case of erectile dysfunction, and increases sperm motility. The benefits of raisins. Our ancestors knew about the benefits of the dried fruit, so they used it widely in cooking and folk medicine. And there are many reasons for it, as raisins contain huge amounts of nutrients and vitamins. At first glance, raisins seem to be a great snack, but if you're really counting calories, you need to be careful about how much you eat it. A raisin itself contains not so much microelements: potassium, magnesium, and ferrum. Raisins are also an antioxidant. Despite all the good properties, it's important to pay attention to the process of drying raisins. For example, white raisins retain the golden color only if they are treated with preservatives such as sulfur dioxide, and this may kill all the benefits. Let's go back to calorie content. A handful of raisins is about 120 kilocalories. It cannot replace a normal meal, but can give a short-term boost of energy. To compare, a banana contains much less calories. It's best to mix raisins with other products like cottage cheese or porridge. As a quick working source of energy, raisins will come in handy before an exam, a competition, a workout, or a long walk. 100 grams of raisins contain about 860 milligrams of potassium. In addition, the dried fruit contains such macronutrients as phosphorus, magnesium, calcium, ferrum, as well as vitamins B1, B2, B5, and PP, nicotinic acid. Raisins have bactericidal, immunity-stimulating, sedative, and diuretic properties, which means a positive effect on the body in general. Raisins have a sedative effect due to the content of niacin and vitamins B1, B2, and B5, which have a relaxing effect on the nervous system and even improve sleep. Potassium contained in raisins has a beneficial effect on the kidney function and the condition of the skin. It has a diuretic effect which helps to remove toxins from the body. A decoction of raisins is very useful for treating respiratory diseases because the substances contained in the dried fruit stimulate immunity and have a bactericidal effect on the body, thereby accelerating the recovery. Raisins cleanse the blood, treat heart diseases, help athletes restore after a serious exertion, activate the brain, and accelerate the nerve impulses. Moreover, eating raisins helps to improve the formation of hemoglobin, normalizes the process of hematopoiesis, restores the functioning of the heart, strengthens blood vessels, prevents the development of caries, and makes tooth enamel more solid. And also, adding raisins to your diet may help get rid of migraines and depression, improve sleep, and the general state of the body. Harms of raisins. Raisins have many benefits for health and other good properties. However, this product is very high in calories, so you need to control how much you eat. This is especially true for people who care about their body shapes. People with diabetes should also reduce the consumption of raisins, as the product contains great amounts of sugars. It's not recommended to eat raisins to those who have gastric ulcer, heart failure, or enterocolitis. It's also worth remembering that raisins can cause allergic reactions, so if you plan to add a lot of raisins to your diet, then you should definitely consult a specialist. Remember that during industrial drying, raisins can be processed with special harmful chemicals, so make sure to wash the dried fruits thoroughly before eating. Use in medicine. Raisins are widely used in folk medicine, most often for making a decoction, as this concentrated complex of vitamins is much better absorbed by the body. Moreover, it can even be given to children. Due to the high content of potassium and other microelements, the raisin decoction helps restore the water-salt balance in the body. This imbalance may occur during certain diseases, but it can also appear in elderly people, people who don't have a healthy lifestyle, have excessive physical exertion, smoke, or have alcohol addiction. In this case, a decoction of raisins can help restore the work of the body, as it has a beneficial effect on the blood pressure and the nervous system. The use of raisins for pneumonia or other diseases of the respiratory organs promotes better sputum discharge. For rotavirus infections or other bowel diseases accompanied by vomiting and diarrhea, it's recommended to take raisins to prevent the process of dehydration. Raisins are also used to cleanse the body, as the dried fruit removes toxins due to its diuretic effect. How to make raisins at home. To get truly natural and harmless raisins, you can make them yourself at home. There are several methods of making raisins from grapes at home. You can make raisins in the oven. First of all, wash the grapes. Then put them in a colander and dip in a boiling baking soda solution for 5 seconds. This is how to make the solution. Half a teaspoon of soda per liter of water for grapes with thin skin, and 1 tablespoon of soda per liter of water for vine grape varieties. After that, cracks will appear in the skin of the grapes that the moisture will evaporate through. Then heat the oven to 90 degrees centigrade. Spread the grapes on a baking sheet and put it in the oven. The oven should be slightly open. After 10 hours, when the grapes are half dry, lower the temperature to 70 degrees and dry the grapes for about 20 hours. In total, the process of cooking raisins in the oven will take about 30 hours. After the grapes have dried, you need to put them in a tightly closed box for 3 weeks to equalize the moisture. Another method is drying grapes in a dark and well-ventilated place at home. If there is such a place, then raisins can be made there. Spread the washed grapes on a wooden or paper surface and leave them for a month. You can also dry raisins using a home electric dryer for vegetables and fruits. In order to make raisins this way, wash the grapes well, then put them in the dryer and switch it to the special drying mode. This method of preparing raisins is the easiest one. Use in cooking. The taste and flavor of raisins can accentuate or complement many dishes. For example, it's used in baking, making desserts, hot and cold dishes and salads. Curd cookies with raisins. You will need 400 grams of cottage cheese, 3 tablespoons of raisins, 1 glass of oats flour, 2 eggs, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, sugar substitute to taste. Soak the raisins in hot water for 30 minutes until soft. Meanwhile, mix all the ingredients and beat them in a blender until smooth. Then spread the dried raisins on the dough and stir it well. Spread the cookies on a baking sheet and put it in an oven at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Homemade raisin granola. You will need 200 grams of oats, 4 tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 30 grams of walnuts, 50 grams of peanuts, 50 grams of raisins, 50 grams of dried apricots. Crush the nuts and mix them with the oats in a deep dish. Then use a pan to melt honey and mix it with cinnamon. Add the honey to the oats, stir and lay out on a baking sheet covered with parchment. Bake for 15 to 20 minutes at 180 degrees, stirring from time to time. Finally, add the raisins and the chopped dried apricots to the granola. Choosing and storing raisins. When buying raisins, pay attention to the way they look. The raisins should be shriveled and big. The natural colors are brown or light brown. When choosing raisins, pay attention to the petioles as well. If you see them on the berries, take the raisins without a doubt. It's a reliable sign of high quality. The shelf life of raisins is 12 months. Storing in an airtight container in the fridge extends it to 18 months. That's all we wanted to tell you today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications about our next videos. See you soon!